Entertainment. Child Protection Center Program Director Michelle McSwain is here to explain the huge danger that is right at their fingertips. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So we know the internet can be a very dangerous place for kids. At what age does a parent, grandparent, caregiver need to think, maybe I should be paying a little closer attention?
So you know what's funny about that is you were just talking about Eric Decker and his very young child who was on his phone. So really, it's never too early, especially if you are handing your phone or a smartphone to a child. They should know how to use it. Now, a lot of references that we keep making are about during the pandemic too, and media usage has gone up more in those 2 years than it did in the previous 4 years. So we know that kids are online more. They're utilizing phones and tablets more than ever and at a younger age. Because during the shutdown, what happened was young children, even kindergartners, had to continue doing their education online.
Right.
So if at that time they didn't have a computer, a tablet, or a phone of their own, they received one to continue their education. But what happens is they still have use of that tablet, that computer. So we need to be educating them from the time that that phone or tablet is in their hand. And it starts differently at each age, right? You're not going to teach a middle schooler the same thing you will a kindergartner. But having that conversation immediately when that technology enters into their life.
And you're taking this conversation into the schools. I know you've been awarded funds for prevention education in Sarasota schools. What's that going to look like in school?
Absolutely. So what we do as a program is we enter into the classroom an educator to one class. So it's not necessarily an auditorium setting, because we want it to be a conversation with kids where they feel open to talk to us about what they're experiencing and meeting the needs of that specific class, that specific group. So we go into the classroom and talk to children about simple internet safety skills, laying a foundation for them, if you will, about not meeting up with someone offline, not meeting up with strangers, not accepting strangers. Now, we take it a step further, which is what we always suggest to parents as well, in defining what a stranger is. Sometimes we think that when we tell our kids a rule, they just know what that means. However, we are from a different generation than these younger kids. They're building connections, making friends online. So we're from the age of, hey, want to go play Red Rover? Let's go meet face to face. So defining that strangers are people that you don't know face to face, and really laying that foundation for what is safe to do online.
And I think it's harder for our generation because honestly, the kids know more about their online world than I understand about their online world. So it's hard to parent when you're kind of being out-parented by the kids.
Definitely.
As a result, I know you've been also doing personal safety workshops.
We do.
What does that mean?
So we do workshops for children as well as for parents. So I understand that if we're in a classroom teaching our children personal safety skills, it can't start and end in that classroom, right? I can't teach a child everything that they need to know about the internet in that one setting and hope that it translates into their home life. So we also offer parenting workshops to talk to parents about internet safety. So, hey, this is what we're talking to your kids about. We're talking to them about safety over their bodies, safety skills for their internet, their tablet, their phone, but you need to make these rules in your home. So that means no phone zones in your home. So behind closed doors, in the bathrooms, whatever it may be, create those no phone zones, how they can feel empowered to have these conversations with their children too.
What's the number one thing we should be doing as parents?
Talking to your kids.
Okay.
Talk to your kids. They will tell you, but they say that their kids just don't ask. They're not gonna open that line of communication with you. You need to come to them. So when we're talking to our children about what they're doing online, ask them to show you what they do. Hey, I see that you're on this game a lot. Show me what you do on this game.
Okay.
Because they'll tell you anything, but they'll show you, and you can see how they actually behave on that app, on that game, whatever it is that they're doing. And then whenever you see, or your child comes to you with something unsafe happening in their life, respond to your child. Don't react. Reactions shut down communications. Responses makes the child feel heard. And a lot of times our reactions are fear-based, but sit back and acknowledge that your child is continuing to have a conversation with you about something unsafe happening and find a response for that. Set expectations with their child, set the rules. I'm huge on social media contracts. We all get cell phones and we sign a contract saying what we will do with this phone, that we will pay it on time. Create that contract with your child. what they will do on their tablet, what they will do on their phone, what their expectation is. And if they don't meet those expectations, what is the consequence?
All right.
So then when something happens, because something will happen, kids make mistakes,
right.
They know that there are consequences.
Oh, some great advice. This is such an important conversation, especially as we get in back to school mode. Kids are going to be back on those computers even more. For more information or to book one of the personal safety workshops Michelle mentioned, you can go to cpcsarasota.org.